Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl MessyMya, and I am back again with another video. We are gonna be getting into some tea. Y'all already know what it is, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's just go ahead and get into the mess. So y'all know one thing about Lemon Head, baby, that man is messy. Lemon Head, Lemon Pepper Stepper, that little hoe is messy. Okay, messy. So he gonna turn to the crowd, girl. He gonna turn to the crowd, talking about some.
Hey. If y'all think Scotty won that fight, make some noise. Oh shit. Oh, that wasn't right. That was not right. Oh.
Ciao now, Lemmy girl. Lemmy, you better be happy your little shit did a little something, girl. You better be happy, ho. I don't give a damn. Lemmy is one of the girls. He is just so damn messy. That is a messy ass man. He said, if y'all feel like Scotty won that fight, I'm gonna need to hear something. Y'all make some noise. I'm not gonna lie, that little fight was weak as hell, girl. They could have kept it. But I see why he's hyping her up though, because you know, I feel like we just thought that Scotty was gonna get beat the hell up, and it just didn't happen like that. Before that episode came out, ho, you could not tell me that Scotty was gonna put up a fight. You could not tell me that Scotty was gonna put up a fight up against Lex, ho. I promise you. You couldn't tell me that, bitch. You couldn't tell me that, ho. Yeah, bitch, Lex is beating that hoe up. I still believe that Lex can beat her the hell up, but Scotty surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, girl. Scotty surprised me. But even Lex admitted that she herself did not win against Scotty.
I ain't gonna lie. I remember Scotty hitting me. She hit me a good time. But it was like, I was low-key... I don't really have no excuses. I was low-key just playing around. I wasn't really fighting her how I really fight. But at the end of the day, that's my fault for not fighting how I normally fight. I would say... Well, next episode I fight Tavy and Scotty. Me and Scotty's fight, I don't really want to say I won. She got a couple good looks in, but we didn't fight for that long.
So do y'all think that Lex is saying that she underestimated her, or she know that Scotty can't get down like that, so she just didn't even like, bitch, I didn't even try because I know you can't fight like that? I don't know, girl. I feel like if you're gonna fight a hoe, you need to fight her, bitch. What you letting your guard down for, ho? If that's just the case. I don't know if it's an excuse or what. Because one minute she said, I'm not going to make up any excuses. And then in the next moment, she's like, well, I wasn't really taking it serious. I wasn't really fighting her. And it's just like, bitch, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're fighting somebody, then fight them, ho. You know? That's how I feel. Because now... she trolling you and she think that shit's sweet because you and you got everybody on the show hyping her the fuck up because they feel like she either A, got the one up on you, or B, you just didn't whoop her and walk her down the way that they expected you to do so. So, you know, you got bitches clowning you. You got her man in the club clowning you. Child, you got the fans clowning you. You got Scotty fans, girl. Scotty fans is eating Big Lex up, ho. Every single time I see a TikTok of Big Lex, it could be the most simple thing, or even something positive, ho. They're gonna drop a still image, a screenshot of Scotty popping her. Girl, what you let your, if that's the case, what you let your guard down for, ho? Girl, can't fight, whatever, ho. You fought Fauna how many times? Every single time you fight Fauna, you fight her to the best of your ability. And we all know that Fauna is not fucking with you at all. Fauna is not messing with her at all. Like, I don't know. I feel like Big Lex, I don't feel like that's an excuse though. So Big Lex is basically like, yeah, like I really wasn't. I understand what she's trying to say. Like, you're Scotty. Ho, you literally cannot fight. Why would I take you serious? I understand what she's saying, but why would you not approach? What do you mean you weren't? What did you mean you were playing around? Like, so you were play fighting. Ho, she not your cousin, ho. She not your cousin. She not your sister. She's not your friend. What do you mean you're play fighting? Ho? Like, I don't know. Like, and then I feel like the only thing that's making me look at her sideways is like, you fought other girls that cannot fight as well. Like, you went across KK's shit. You did. And you were beating her up. When you fought K Rican, you went across her shit. and you are beating her up. Them two can't fight. K-Rican cannot fight, ho. Okay? And just because you beat up LCK, you're not fooling me, ho. Same thing with Koldk Killer. She got a mouthpiece on her. I love her commentary. I love her confessionals. East down. She can't fight. Duh. But I don't know. I feel like you weren't playing with them, though. You're the one that called Scotty out to fight. You're the one that said, you know, does anybody have a problem with me, Scotty? Do you have an issue? Well, and then you said, you know, it got to the point where you said, well, I don't like you. Okay, so what do you mean so you called her out first. I mean, she been popping shit, but you called her out to fight, right? And then you proceed to tell her that you don't like her, but then you gonna sit up here and say that you were playing. What are you playing for? I don't know. But then it's like I believe her, because if you compare how she fought Tavy versus how she fought Scotty, it's just like, ugh, like, bitch, like, okay. But I don't know, like, I feel like the whole, oh yeah, Scotty can't fight, that bitch can't fight, like, I wasn't taking her serious. I understand that, but why would you not? Why would you let up on her just because she can't fight? You have not let up on anybody else that cannot fight. Tavy cannot fight like that. You beat her down to the ground every single time. Okay, Koldk Killer can't fight, you whooped her. K-Rican can't fight, you whooped her. Fauna, she's on a fence with me. I don't think that she's the best fighter, but she's not as bad as her friends. You still give it your all with Fauna, so I don't know. But at the same time, like I said, I kind of believe you though. Because you fought Tavy right after that, and y'all was getting down. And I seen how mad she was from fighting Tavy, so it's like maybe she just wasn't that mad with Scotty. Maybe she really was playing, but ho, it's a fight. What are you playing for? Well, I don't understand. I don't get it. And now you got people clowning you. Because you let her do whatever. And this hoe can't even beat you up. She can't beat you up. We all know that Scotty cannot beat up Lex. Please. We all know that. Ho, Scotty could barely whoop Natalie. So I know she's not messing with Lex, but I'm just saying, what did you let up for? Now her man clowning you, her fans clowning you. Bitch, chill. But anyways, I hope the camera got Dolly ducking, wrecking this bitch. Yeah. So Dolly got online continuing to explain herself about her hand. Honestly, I just don't want to hear anything out of Dolly anymore when it comes to her hand. Ho, you been copping please this entire time about that hand, about being injured, and then the moment Ivory did not come out to the club, you got to swinging on Fauna. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing else. I really don't. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. Cause if you're injured, then ho, be injured. Cheryl calling me while I'm making a video. Anyways, you don't want to fight, right? You don't want to fight, you don't want to run no phase. Every single time Ivory calls you out, you want a background, you're hiding behind security because you're injured, right? Stay in the injured bitch's place. I just don't understand what's so hard about that, right? You're injured, right? Every single time she calls you out for a fade, you don't want that, right? Because you're injured, right? I'm just trying to like get this through my head. Okay, so if you're injured, then how come the first time Ivory did not go out in the club, you're swinging on Fauna over some shit that had nothing to do with you? I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Ho, is you injured or are you not? Or are you injured, but you can make exceptions for certain people? I don't know. So it's either you're faking your injury, or you picking and choosing who you want to fight when you're injured, which it shouldn't be like that. If you're injured, stay injured. Stay, like I said, know your role, play your role, right? You're injured, right? You PC'd up, right? Okay, you don't want to fight, huh? I don't know. Because I don't know. It just irritates me because, like I said, it makes you look bad. And it makes you look like a scary ass hoe. And I hate to even say that. Because like I said, I feel like for the most part, Dolly runs her phase, but you're going out scary. You're going out scary. If it was anybody else, we would literally be calling them scary. I just don't understand like what she's thinking. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Maybe you do. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm not about to make no excuses up for you because I know if it was anybody else, baby, I'll be tearing their ass up, eating them alive. eating them alive. Because if you're injured, then stay injured until you heal. But you obviously don't give a damn that much about healing. You only care about healing when it comes to Ivory. But you can't care that much about healing if you're popping off on Fauna in the club and literally swinging and fighting in the club. Trying to jump Fauna in the club. What are you doing that for? That situation had nothing to do with Dolly. I don't understand why she even inserted herself, first of all. That was between Bitlex and Dolly. I'm sorry. That was between Bitlex and Fauna. Fauna didn't address you. Fauna didn't do nothing to you for you to jump into that fight or insert yourself into that fight. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You trying to jump somebody in the club, but you can't even run a one-on-one fade. Oh, you can't do that, right? I just don't I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't want nobody to explain it to me because, I'm done making excuses up for her. That's all I needed to see. So like I said, you're either lying about that hand or you picking and choosing who you want to be injured for. Bitch. So child, like I said, Bad Dolly came online explaining herself about the injury, and then KK, she got up on that. Let's go ahead and get into the mess. All right, so Dolly herself admits that she is a picky, choosy ass hoe. She said, never capped about my hands. Okay, but that bitch takes 2 hands. And the weak ones, I only need 1. Clock it. Okay, so you're picky, choosy. Just say that then. Just say that. Now I get it. I get it now. You just a picky, choosy ass hoe. Okay? The weak bitches, you feel like your hand, you know what I'm saying? Your hand hurt and you injured, but you being injured don't matter with the weak bitches because you feel like you can beat them. Okay? And it don't really take much effort to whoop on them hoes. Okay? But you feel like you just a picky, choosy ass hoe. Girl, just say that. You still picky, choosy. And like I said, you talk about, like I'm injured, right? So stay injured, ho. I'ma still stand on that. Stay injured. What are we talking about? Because you're going out as scary. And if it was the fact that they are weak, okay, they're weak, that you don't need to do much with them in order to beat them up. I get that. So how come you weren't whooping on them in the house? You completely stopped fighting whenever Ivory was around. Whenever Ivory was around, you were not fighting at all. You waited until Ivory sat out of the club and didn't go to the club to pop on Fauna. You waited until Ivory left to start fighting again. You completely stopped fighting, ho. So I feel like I get what she's saying. You a picky, choosy ass hoe. You're only gonna fight the bitches, the weak hoes, right? You only gonna fight the weak hoes. However, if that is the case, then how come you never fought them around Ivory? How come? How come you only fought them, A, when Ivory was not in the club, and B, when Ivory left the show? That's when you got to fighting them hoes. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because you were in multiple scenes with them and you never got up to fight them whenever Ivory was there. During the Baddie Shot O'Clock game, you did not get up and fight none of them. When you called out KK and the rest of them for being scared of Ivory and you got to going back and forth with them or whatever, right? At the little horseback riding thing. You did not run up. You did not do nothing. You just sat there and you argued. Whenever you're around Ivory, you don't do nothing to nobody. You play the injured reserve role until Ivory's not there, and then now all of a sudden, them bitches weak. I can use one hand for them. If that's the case, keep the same energy every single time you in the scene with them bitches, and Ivory's in there. How come you not doing nothing? Make it make sense. But then Koldk responded back to her, basically shared her post and said, next week when Ivory leaves and you get to fighting everybody, your career's going to be over. So now you're trying to get online and get to explaining yourself and stuff like that. And she could really say it. Don't explain yourself to nobody. Stand on that. You're picky, choosy. That's it. If you feel like they're weaker, and that you only need one hand and you can still fight them injured again, and every single scene that Ivory was in and you got to arguing with them, you would have never, girl. Like the Baddie Shot O'Clock game. The point of that game was to be messy and to get fights going. You called out that entire other thing, Koldk and all of them, for being your least favorite baddies. She was saying whatever she was saying to you. You did not stand up because Ivory was right. I just cannot. I cannot, girl. I cannot, girl. You know that as soon as Ivory leaves, you're again, like KK said, your hand is gonna be working all of a sudden. And now you're trying to explain yourself. Girl, please. Alright, so Natalie is on the Baddies cast for trying to tell her how to run her own show, y'all. So somebody commented and she said, I know you be tired of your employees trying to tell you how to run your show. Okay, Natalie responded and she said, yes, and if I listened and let them run it, it would not be what it is. End of story. Well, girl, shit. I don't know. I don't see Natalie as somebody that runs the show. I see Natalie as simply the face, nothing more, nothing less. Like, that's how I perceive Natalie. Like, obviously, she carries the title of the CEO and the executive producer, but it just don't give that sometimes. A lot of the times, it just does not give that. Like, the girls are either disrespecting her, talking to her crazy, tossing her around like a fucking salad, like Aunt Mac did, or they're just telling her how to run her stuff because she just cannot simply run her stuff. So I don't know. I feel like it's no longer giving executive producer to me. So girl, I don't know. I look at her as the face of the show. Nothing more, nothing less. Like I said, girl, Rolly was more of an EP than you are. And I already felt like that, but like this season really like solidified how I feel about the whole EP thing. Real quick, to sling that title around, baby. I'm talking about every single time. Baby, she will rub it in your face all day, every day. EP this and EP that. HBIC this, but it don't give that hoe. Fauna was literally talking to you last episode about what you did to make her feel like you just were not acting like an executive producer. And then you had the nerve to look her in her face and said, well, what do you want me to do? Girl, please. It don't give that hoe. Give the title over to Rolly or something. I don't know. Bitch, you the face. That's it. That's all. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Girl, I am out this hoe. Bye.